Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is January the 2nd, 2021, and today I'm going to talk about dominion. Don't get alarmed. I'm not talking about the voting system. I'm talking about the word and the biblical aspect of dominion. I know I'm a little bit later than I usually log on and everything like that, so I'm here, y'all. I'm here. I ended up getting out of the bed a little bit later than I usually do. I was up at 4. I just didn't get out of the bed until probably like 4:30 or something like that. And then I did do my full routine this morning, so that was another thing too. Day 5 of the Faith Fit app with the 7-day devotional. I know y'all like this 7-day devotional done went long. I've been having some gaps in between. When I guess I take a break in between or whatever the case is. I don't know, but yes, I did day 5 today. It was good. We were, like I told you guys before, my upper body strength and doing a lot of push-ups and stuff up with my wrist, I'd be like, ooh, afterwards, like, all right. But that's just me because of my upper body strength and my little wrist, for those that can see me on Facebook, and everything like that. So, but yeah, overall, the workout was good. And I enjoyed the message of today, which I don't remember at the moment because my mind has been swimming and engulfed in dominion, so I apologize about that. But you guys can see on Facebook, I usually post, whatever the topic is or whatever case is. So I posted it on Facebook if you're interested to see what the topic and whatnot was, or the theme for today's workout was. And again, you guys, if you guys want to try the Faith Fit app out for yourself, use the coupon code GSL to get 10% off, y'all. Because you ain't gotta do it full price unless you want to. But yeah, so let's get into it, y'all. Dominion. I guess I really spent some time in it today in regards to writing the notes. Honestly, I had to do an extra prayer, y'all, because I was like, you know what, Lord, I forgot to take my time writing today, because I just was like, right. And then I was like, oh, I'm doing the scrabble writing again. So I was like, Lord, I pray that you allow me to be able to read this clearly for the people, because, it just sucks to be like, oh, okay, let me pause and figure out what I wrote here. Or hold on, let me go back to the Bible app real quick or whatever the case is. But I pray I can read my chicken scratch out of y'all. Know about it though. If y'all been listening to me since the beginning, y'all know about it already. But that was a prayer, because I was like, crap, man, I didn't even pay attention to that. As I was just, like I said, engulfed in the, message for today, or the topic for today, however you want to look at this situation. Let's get into it. All right. So I looked up the definition for dominion. Oh, well, let me tell y'all how I came to it real quick. Do I remember everything? Okay. So after I got done with my prayer and meditation, which was also good, the song "It's Not About You, It's About Jesus" came into my head, and so I was just jamming for a minute, and then I was like, oh, wait, are you trying to tell me something? I was like, oh, is it not about me, it's about Jesus? Like, what we talking about, Lord, But then, I don't know, even as I started to look up the verses, just something about it was like, not say didn't sit right, but I guess that's my only way to explain it right now. Something about it just didn't seem or sit right about that phrase. It's not about you. It's about Jesus. Not that it's not accurate. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what happened was. So that thought led me to the thought of, it went a lot of different ways, but I don't remember each detail right now. I'm just trying to share with you guys the process so you guys know, like, I mean, because maybe if you're going through some similar things, or if you're taking out time daily to spend with God and you're listening and you wanted to know, and you're quiet and you're like, man, God's not talking to me. Perhaps, you know what I'm saying? These are ways that he's speaking to you, the way like he's speaking to me. Like, again, it can be weird, or it can sound weird, because it's like, you know, when you're talking in whatever the case is, sometimes inaudible voices, you know, and everything like that is how people communicate, or at least how we communicate, or whatever the case is. However, I don't know. I'm just trying to help you guys with that. If that's the place where you're in and you're like, I want to hear more from God. This is how I have been hearing from God in regards to what to talk about. And so that's why I shared it. So apologize for going through that again, but just in case there's somebody listening to me for the first time or something like that, this is why I share my process of when I remember it. So anyway, so after the whole, it's not about you, it's about Jesus, I was thinking about some other stuff. I can't remember exact details of that right now, but that led me to think about, like, why did God make us? You know what I mean? Like, why did God create man? Which of course led me to the creation story, Genesis, you know, everything like that. And so I took a look at Genesis, and that's when the word dominion kept standing out to me. So let's start with that. Dominion. So the definition of dominion is the power or right of governing and controlling, sovereign authority. Okay. So, I know I joked earlier about now. I'm not talking about them voting systems and whatnot, but can we say the elephant in the room? Isn't that ironic that that's the name of that voting system? But anyway, let's not talk about that. We ain't talking about that. Let's not even go there. No. Come back. Let's talk about the Bible, y'all. Dominion. All right, so let's get into that verse. It's Genesis 1:26. It says, "Then God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So, that is why apparently we were created, to have dominion of the earth. Now, one thing that was pointed out to me that I felt was interesting, or, you know, that I thought was interesting, they didn't say anything about having dominion over somebody else at that point. You know what I mean? It was all about the earth and the animals and everything like that. I was gonna say, so why for we want to have so much dominion over each other? But we'll get into that, I'm sure, in a second. But yeah, so that was, I guess, the original purpose, of our creation. Now, if we keep going, Genesis 1:28 says, "And God blessed them, and God said to them, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over every living thing that move the earth." So again, he gave the, directions of, hey, go be fruitful, multiply, have dominion of the earth, all the animals, X, Y, and Z. Okay, let me just talk about the word subdue real quick, and then I'll say what I was going to say if I remember. So subdue means overcome, quieten, or bring under control. And then the interesting thing, it says of a feeling or person in parentheses, and the first definition that I found. But then I looked again, and then I found another definition that says something similar, but then it had it in bring land under cultivation, which I think is more so of what the Bible was referring to. So this was the original purpose of man. And we can see why, right? Or can you see why? even just the knowledge, the little knowledge, right, that I know of what lands and I guess ecosystems or whatever the case is, how that looks without humans. There's things that are overgrown. There's, and that's the other interesting thing as well. The other interesting thing that came to my mind was like, you know what? Everything else on Earth does what it does when it's supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? Everything else does that. Like the natural order, the circle of life, as they say, the life cycles, like plants go through their cycles, animals, all the things. It does what it does, and it continues to do what it do. So therefore, again, you can see, say for instance, everybody, you've seen an example of this, I feel, but if you need another example, basically, one of the easiest examples that come to my mind is, say for instance, you have a home or something like that, and you never cut your lawn, you never go, it's like an old home or something like that in your family or something, for example, and you have it in the family, but you never go there, you never cut your lawn, or some land, better yet, some land, maybe there's not even a house, there's some land that you have, right? So then you never go to the land, you never cut it, you never go, so you're going to go and see an overgrown property, you know what I mean? If you ever go there, you're going to see, grass, all grown, trees, and probably animals and all these things living on the land. If you don't cultivate the land, then it's just going to keep doing what it do, which is grow. So perhaps, he created us humans to, keep some of that under control, in X, Y, and Z. I don't know about the animals, but obviously, I don't know if it was the intention, the original intention for us to eat meat, which I know is a struggle because I like meat too. Now, I'm not saying nothing about that. All I'm saying is, according to the Bible, because it says something along the lines of so this is why it took me so long, because I actually went and reread the creation story, or Genesis, that whole section, or whatever the case is. So I suggest you do that yourself. I'll put that in and go see deeper sections, so I suggest that you do it for yourself as well, just to get a reminder of what we were supposed to be doing. Now, I do feel like that changed, right? Not just because personally for me, but according to the Word of God, that changed, obviously, when Adam and Eve did what they did, which was disobey God and everything like that. So if we keep going, let me see. Speaking of that, okay, so basically, now this is my personal opinion. I feel as if what happened in the garden, what happened with Adam and Eve, is they gave over their dominion for this, by being disobedient. They gave over their dominion to sin. And yes, their eyes was open to good and evil at that point. But I feel like this verse right here, I found this verse right here that I feel will give a good example of what happened in the garden. Even though this was said probably much later, this was said in Romans 6:16. It says, "Do you not know that if you present yourselves to anyone as obedient slaves, you are slaves of the one whom you obey, either of sin, which leads to death, or of obedience, which leads to righteousness." So, in my little humble opinion, this verse right here is a good example of pretty much what happened in the garden. They were given some directions, they were disobedient, and they became a slave to sin. Now, speaking of that, so let me see, is there anything else I want to say before I get to that verse right there? Let me see, what is this one? Okay, and then okay, so cool. So basically, and that's I apologize for that pause, y'all. I just wanted to make sure I didn't I put these verses out of order. So today the verses, you know how before, like in previous episodes, I'm like, man, these verses, I found them and they all go flowing, whatever. Today I kind of wrote the verses in ways because I was looking at 3 different things and stuff, and so it was kind of written in ways that was jumbled. So it wasn't as smooth today, so I apologize for that, but that's why I just paused just now. But anyway, so back to the discussion about giving over the authority, as well as, you know, becoming a slave to sin, X, Y, and Z. And so from here, you know, I guess basically in comes Jesus. So let's just go there. Let's just go ahead and go there. So it says here, Daniel 7:14 says, and to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom one that shall not be destroyed. So in comes Jesus. He now has the authority. He now has dominion over sin, over all of this. And so because of this, Romans 7:6 is in play. It says, but now we are released from the law, having died to that which held us captive, so that we serve in the new way of the Spirit and not in the old way of the written code. So, you know, thank God for Jesus. You know, of course, there's a lot of things that happen in between, you know, when it comes to, but between Adam and Jesus, you know, because there's a lot of years and, you know, all that, well, on our end, and everything. But yeah, you know, that's the thing. So again, because of what Jesus did, Romans 6:14 says, for sin will have no dominion over you, since you are not under law, but under grace. So again, thank God for, you know, what he did on the cross, through Jesus, giving us that relationship, giving Jesus that authority and everything like that. So, I mean, I think, now this is just me. I think that our purpose has gone beyond just having dominion over the animals and everything now. You know, of course, I guess our purpose is more so, well, I can't say what everybody's purpose is. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, coming to Christ is one of the I guess, goals of life, you know. Because there are verses that, and there's going to be verses in the Go Deeper section as well, if you're ready to go deeper about this whole idea of dominion and the authority that God has given and has, that Jesus has, and everything like that. But I just feel as if at this point, you know, again, it's believing in Jesus, and then I feel we'll get more understanding in regards to our purpose and, you know, what we are to be doing with our life and through our life and everything like that. But yeah, I think it's just a good reflection today. It's a reflection of, you know, not just the authority that we originally had and what the original purpose was, but then also the authority that we now have as believers in Christ. So hopefully today this hopefully sparks some interest in you to you know, seek, find, read, you know, get more information in regards to this, so that you can, you know, understand your purpose and understand why God loves us, and he loves us regardless. That's the other thing too. There was a quote that I shared, I want to say it probably was yesterday, about that I kind of thought of this morning, but I didn't write it down, so I apologize about that. You can go on our Facebook and scroll and see, can you find it. I wish I had some merch. I got some merch created. I just need to get it. But that's a whole nother thing. I wish I could do a challenge real quick. Like, if somebody finds it, I'll give you a gift, But maybe one day I'll work up to being able to do things like that. But until then, y'all, let's just find our purpose, though, y'all. At the end of the day, I think just getting a good understanding of, why God created us and why us. Because, like I said, everything else on earth is like it just does what it's supposed to do. So why did God create us? Why did he create us in his image, like with the ability to get this knowledge of good and evil, and probably even the ability to eat of the tree of life and live forever, as the word says, which is why we ain't in Eden no more. Or whatever the case is. But, all of these things are interesting things to think about and to, let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds today. So I hope that this sparks some interest for you to want to do those things. And, that is the juice of today, y'all. Dominion. Who has it? Do you have it? Where it came from? What you supposed to do with it? All those things. I think all those things are interesting to think about. So there you go, y'all. So the Bible verse of today is Deuteronomy 31:6. It says, "Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy God, it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow. No, because today's Saturday, y'all. So I look forward to talking to y'all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Hey friends, so guys, I just finished my first day with the Faith Fit TV version of the Faith Fit app. I'm telling you guys, it's on a whole nother level. I really enjoyed it. I'm a little tired, as you guys could probably tell, but at the same time, I feel so good. It's just a great devotional workout, strengthening your body and your faith at the same time. So if you guys want to check it out, use GSL to get 10% off and go to Faith Fit TV.